The OHL looks ahead at each team as the 2022-2023 season approaches. Joining me now is Sudbury Wolves head coach Craig Duncanson. Coach, thanks so much for taking the time today.
No worries.
What are you most looking forward to as we head into this new season?
Well, we're embarking on a full season where we're expecting the stands to have people in them the whole time and play throughout the league, play the other conference, the other division is exciting for everybody. But having said that, for our club, we have a lot of returning guys, and they're very excited to get the season going.
You mentioned those returning guys after a rebuilding year last year. Is it safe to say that the Wolves shouldn't have trouble offensively with second-year guys returning like Delic, Musty, Goyette this year?
Well, we got to lend credit to every other team in the league. It's never no trouble to add offense, and never everybody makes it difficult on you. But it certainly gives us a bit of an edge. We have some character young men that have grown both emotionally, mentally, and certainly physically, and we're hoping to get a lot of mileage out of them.
Dylan Robinson lost a good portion of last year due to injury. How important is it to the blue line for him to come back as a healthy overager this season?
Well, Dylan can be an absolute force. In the games that he did play for us, most of them he ended up being a star of the game and being an absolute force throughout it. So he's come back lean and trim and in great shape and feeling good about himself. And I'd be excited for him. We had a number of overages from the league sign entry-level contracts this year and move on. And guys, we had Mitchell Weeks from our own team get an American League contract and move on. And I think that's a very realistic goal for Dylan. If he applies himself and does all he can for us, I think he's got a real bright future.
You mentioned Mitchell Weeks moving on. Perhaps one of your biggest signings of the summer is Overage goalie Joe Ranger. Do you think him watching the impact Mitchell Weeks had on your team this year kind of solidifies the impact that he should be making on the team this year?
I don't like to draw the comparison to each of them. Joe's a leadership. He's a leader in his own rank. He's been an outstanding young man since he's been here, since we got him earlier in the summer. We have a young goalie paired with him, and two young goalies with us actually from week to week. And Joe's just been not only just taking a pro approach to his own habits. He's been a real influence on them, and we look for big things from Joe.
Kind of shifting over to the younger guys now, some new rookies on the team. Has anyone really stood out to you so far in preseason?
Well, they all do. The worst player in this league is better than most of the best players I ever played with. So they all impressed me. But we have Nathan Villeneuve's been a very spirited, hardworking, extremely skilled young man. Kieran Walton. We had a few other young guys that may not play with us this year that we're real excited about. But those two in particular, Nate Kocha just came in and won himself a job as a 17-year-old goalie. And so I'm really excited for those guys. Will Bishop played a handful of games for us last year, and the sky's the limit for these guys. So it'll be interesting to see how much they push some of the more experienced guys and how much room they make for themselves, because I think like I said, their ceiling's fairly high.
And finally, as we head into this new season, what are the Wolves' expectations?
The Wolves' expectations are to improve on last year. We want to be there in the playoffs. I know there will be bumps along the way. As much as it's hard with a lot of first-year players, everybody seems to expect more of themselves in a sophomore year or in a second year as well. So we're going to experience some of those growing pains, and the entire league and our division are all very tough. And even if you are the best team on paper and even the best team performing that particular week or month, if you get a little high on yourself, somebody will knock you down.
Definitely. Well, Coach, thank you so much for your time today. I wish you and your team the best of luck as we gear up for this new season.
All right. I appreciate it. Have a good day.